What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. Since it's Celebrity Big Brother Season 3, Episode 10, I believe we're on. So, Shane is gone, and everybody feels vindicated. And again, Cynthia and Carson, y'all are going to feel so stupid when y'all get out of that house and y'all watch this tape back and y'all realize that y'all got duped. And Misha has convinced herself that it's all her doing when it's really Todrick's doing. Now, Todrick is not faring too well in the court of public opinion outside of the house. People even are trying to say he threw his friend Tamar Braxton under the bus. I don't think he did. I don't think no lies were told, okay? He talked about Tamar Braxton, and I think he was telling the truth. It is what it is. She know how she know. He said that she's got great talent, but her personality has gotten in the way. Where's the lie? Anyway, moving back to the show. So, Lamar basically let the whole house know, including Misha, that the reason why it took him so long to vote is because he wanted to vote Misha out, and he was trying to get Todd to join him. But ultimately, he voted for Shayna because he knew he didn't have the votes. Now, I think it would have been very interesting if Lamar had gotten this revelation a couple of days ago, and maybe he could have teamed up with Carson and Cynthia, and maybe, just maybe, they might have been able to pull something off and get rid of Misha. But neither here nor there, it didn't happen. But Misha now has Lamar on her radar. Okay. So, they get ready to play the HOH. And the HOH is the situation where they're all at a bar and they have to figure out what is the missing ingredient from these cocktails. And of course, they're not real alcoholic cocktails. Hell, we got a couple of people in rehab on the show. We can't do real alcohol. But there are these weird concoctions, you know. It's like wasabi, soy sauce, apple, ginger, you know. And you have to figure out what's missing. Now, we know that Misha and Todrick have made a deal that they would not put up Carson and Cynthia. And I can't be sure whether they did or did not throw this particular competition, but Todrick seemed absolutely uninterested and unbothered from the beginning of this whole situation. And as much as the two of them like to be in charge, I find it very, and as competitive as Todrick has shown himself to be, I find it very interesting that he absolutely put no effort into winning this HOH. Misha did a little bit better job of pretending like she was trying, but honestly, I can't be sure. And the only reason why I'm on the fence about it is because they didn't say anything in their confessionals. Now, I don't watch the live feeds, so maybe some things were said during the live feeds that would confirm my suspicion that they threw this competition. But I also want to give the winner credit because the winner actually got a perfect score of 5 for 5. So it wasn't like the winner won by default. They would have had to work hard to beat the winner. And the winner was actually Todd Bridges. Now, I have given Todd Bridges a hard time because I said that I felt like he didn't really realize that he wasn't in the alliance that he wasn't in. And he was sort of riding the coattails of Misha and Todrick. But this week, it seems like Todd is playing a little bit. And it also seems like Todd is actually a super fan and knows exactly what he's doing. He got his HOH room and he got a letter from his kids, which I thought was beautiful. He cried and, you know, very emotional. And again, we all know that Todd has had a rough life, right? We know that he's been through a lot. And so I love to see that he is very much a part of his kids' lives and that they have a good relationship because you just never know how those things turn out. Part of the HOH was that there was a punishment. And Todrick and Lamar are now stuck together for the next, 24 hours? Maybe 24, 48 hours in these costumes. Which is basically, they're supposed to be advertising the cocktail that won, right? I think they're calling it the hotel. The hotel, yeah, hotel, like whole cocktail. Anyway, like HOH cocktail. Anyway. So, Lamar is over Todrick. I don't know if Lamar is over Todrick because Todrick gets on his nerves or he just over the fact that he's stuck with Todrick. But either way, he is over it. And they're having like this whole, Todrick and Todd are having these whole strategy sessions while Lamar is sitting there. And they're literally talking about Lamar while he's standing there as if he's not standing there. Because Todd is saying that he's going to put Carson up, but he doesn't want to put Cynthia up next to Carson. He wants to put a pawn up there. That way, he can basically leverage Carson to not use the veto. Because he'll say, listen, if you win the veto and you use it to take yourself down, I'm going to be forced to put Cynthia up. And maybe that will encourage him not to use the veto and not to try too hard. Lamar is going to be the pawn. And so Todd was like, yeah, well, we decided. Lamar was like, we didn't decide. We ain't decide nothing. And I said, I know that's right, Lamar. Remind him that you are literally standing there, sir. But then Cynthia and Carson, they think about the alternative. They're like, you know what? It's a great thing that he's not putting us up on the block, because if I play for the veto and I win the veto, I take you down. We're both protected, and then they're forced to put somebody from their side up. So, for example, I know I don't have to spell this out, but I will. Lamar's already up there as the pawn. There's only 2 other people left. If Cynthia messes around and wins that damn veto, Todd's protected because he's HOH. Carson is protected because she used the veto. And she's protected because it's her veto. That only leaves Misha and Todrick. If they mess around and that happens and Misha or Todrick have to go on the block, they actually kind of have the votes to send that person home. Now, will they have the balls enough to do it? Because if we already know that Lamar wants to send home Misha. So if it's Misha, Lamar's a vote, Cynthia's the vote, Carson is the vote. Todrick can't do shit about it. And vice versa if Todrick goes up on the block. Now, this all is contingent upon Cynthia winning the damn veto first, and them being convinced to make a move second. Because I'm just not secure about Cynthia and Carson playing this game. But it actually would be a perfect coup d'etat. And then it kind of evens out the numbers, because now it looks like Lamar might be shuffling on over to the Carson-Cynthia side of things. It could be a nice move. But again, that's a whole lot of ifs, what's, when, hows, and whoever's, okay? We'll see how it all plays out tomorrow night with the power veto. And at that point, but again, Cynthia, girl, you got to win the veto. And everything else is a moot point. If Cynthia doesn't win the veto, Carson's going home. And it's all mute. Unless Lamar messes around and wins the veto and they convince him to use it. Ooh. Anyway, that's what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Talk to y'all later. Peace.